Danberry.
What's going on, you guys? Today I'm going to be teaching you how I made You Don't Know by MO3 off his latest album 9/11. Let's get into it. So the first thing I did was went into Nexus and got a piano. And I just started out by playing some chords until I found something that I liked. And so I have a basic 4-chord pattern right here. That's it, simple. And then I added a little bit of a lead to it, nothing too crazy, but just enough to give it some flavor in that like down south R&B vibe. Once I did that, that's the whole basic structure. I had copied these notes by dragging, holding control and dragging over them, and then hitting control C to copy. I went into my Omnisphere expansion and I have pasted the same exact notes into a pad in Omnisphere. So together with the piano, it sounds like this. Pretty easy, right? And then I went into Omnisphere again and I got some bells. And with this same chord variation, as you can see here, I'm going to show you guys, I had made some bell patterns just to give it a little bit of a groove and like a club vibe. But I really wanted to stress this to you guys. Once you have a chord pattern or a basic few notes that you have a groove with, everything else is built off of those, you know, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. So I'm just kind of hoping to show you guys that here. But anyways, I made a bell pattern. And then I half-timed it with gross beat just because I didn't like how fast it was. And if you guys don't know, gross beat is what a lot of producers use. It's how you kind of can manipulate sound. So here's what it sounded like initially. Pretty cool, but I just think it's a little bit too heavy of a lead. So I gross beated it. Went into presets, momentary, half speed. And once that was done, that's pretty much all the melodies except for the violin. The violin, crazy how this shit happened. As you guys guessed it, I did the same chord variation. I used the top notes because the top notes are usually considered to be the most melodic. So I used the top notes, as you can see. And then I had a couple variations like you see with this C and this A sharp and this C right here. I had put those in just to kind of give the beat a little bit more of a spice to it. Instead of just be boring all the way through notes, I'm like, all right, you know, sauce it up a little bit. But that's literally all the melodies in the whole beat. And then from there, we'll go to the drums. Drums, every time I start out with drums, I like to put a crash in just because it gives it, when the bass drops, if it drops on its own, matter of fact, I'm going to just show you guys. See, like my kick hits, but when you have a crash to go with it, it just makes it hit that much harder. I mean, the difference is night and day. You guys could tell, I'm sure. But yeah, so I added a crash, clap. You know, clap for every beat is pretty much the same. You know, nothing crazy. And my hi-hats. Nothing wild on my hi-hats either, but just enough to give it a little bit of a bounce. And then once that was done, I went into my kicks and put a little bit of a groove to it. Matter of fact, I don't want to play that by itself. I'm going to kind of put it with something. Here we go. And then what I do is I copied the kick pattern and I put it into an 808. And then from there, the beat was pretty much done. I just added I added some percussion just to kind of fill it in. You know, I didn't want to do too much. One thing I will say that I really feel like sauced this beat up is I put crashes in the beat because, you know, I listen to a lot of rock, so I noticed that they do put crash cymbals like more often in rock music than they do in rap. So I just kind of wanted to bring something different to the table by putting that in there. But yeah, man, that's the whole beat right there. Now, if you found value in this video and want to see more like it, make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or Twitter at Danberry Beats. And this has been Danberry showing you how I made You Don't Know by MO3's. Peace out.
Danberry.